Ladies and gentlemen, hailing from Cleveland, Ohio, I give you BVO.
Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BVO.
Well. 8 grand rising, everyone. Great start to Sunday's morning. This is Sunday editions of Coffees and Donuts. Grown-ups with yours truly, the Grumpy OG, sponsored by Raycon.global, RayconGlobal.com. Over there, check it out. They got hot merchandise for all your likable likes. Whatever you like is over there. From phones, headphones, all sorts of things. So make sure y'all go over to RayconGlobal.com. Check the sponsor out. They're doing great things. And maybe you'll find something that you like on there. But it's Sunday, amen. Fight weekend just passed. It's holiday season. It's Sunday and we got coffee and donuts for grown-ups. So I'm gonna be as smooth as I can be, because I could be as smooth as silk sometimes, but y'all know I'm rough on the edges like a porcupine. But man, salute to everybody that's coming in this morning. So this morning we serving, we always serve premium products. We always serving premium products, but today is Sunday. We serving blessings. We serving blessings. So the coffees, the donuts, even do some extra stuff in there. It's all blessed by the best, man. But how's everybody doing? Appreciate y'all coming in on a Sunday morning, because Sunday is one of those days where us as men, we don't want to do nothing, which we are obligated to feel that way. We don't want to do nothing. It's sports day. We don't want to do a damn thing but talk about sports. So it's a good way to burn time until football comes on and talk about things. So the fight was last night, and shout out to Usyk. He wound up winning. So I am happy that a trilogy is not happening between those two. No disrespect to Tyson Fury, but one trilogy of the Gypsy King is enough for me, so we can move on for that. Whatever it is that Usyk might do next, it doesn't matter to me. Usyk can retire. Matter of fact, they both can retire. I think Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk can both retire, because all rightfully they have done everything that they could and needed to do in the sport of boxing to become who they are, which they both will be future Hall of famous. So salute to the both of them. If they both lead the game right now, doesn't matter to me. People still saying they want to see AJ and Fury. Some people still want to see AJ and Wilder, but my whole thing is, before I get to talking about today's subject, why is everybody still happy to see AJ? Why everybody want to still see AJ? This is what I'm not understanding. So it's AJ, kind of subliminally the face of heavyweight boxing, because it seemed like everybody want to keep AJ alive. Who wants to keep seeing AJ fight, man? AJ been getting his behind beat, people. What are we doing? Oh, I mean, come on. Some fights we're just not going to get. Okay? This fights we're not going to get, so don't try to hold on to that so much, boxing fans, boxing community. This is what hurts the sport, when it's things that we shouldn't get and we most likely won't get. We don't need to try to put them into the atmosphere, because it's not good for the energy as a whole for content creators and fans. So let these guys, that is rightfully the time for them to go ahead and retire. Let them retire. They did everything that they needed to do. And this is perfect that I start the show off like this, but talking about Errol, EJ Spence, Mr. Man Down. Everybody know my favorite fighter, still one of my favorite fighters. Salute to Errol Spence. But man, we got something to talk about. What's going on with Errol Spence? Now, we know Errol Spence is infamously known for being out the ring too damn long. Errol Spence has been through a whole lot in his boxing career. The car accidents that happen outside of boxing wound up slowing things down inside the boxing ring and continued to go on his journey as being one of the best of his era, which I still think he is one of the best of his era. He's just second to Terrence Crawford. And I'm finally glad that we got that over with so we no longer have to really, you know, fuss about it and not cry about it. But Errol Spence Jr. Hell of a resume. Um, this guy, this is one of the guys we can honestly say that probably got in the ring with mostly everybody we wanted to see them get in the ring. All right, so you know, I got my coffee and I got everything else, but respectfully, when I do my other thing, I turns off the camera. So y'all know what that means. I'm cooking and it's gonna be smoke blowing, but I don't want to do that to our people because this is not one of those type of shows. All right, I can give y'all another show about that, but we talk about boxing. We gonna keep it right there. So yeah, Errol Spence. Now, there's a lot of questions going on with EJ. Um, we know he's been trying to get back to the ring. Far as we know, as up right now, he's supposed to be coming back, making his return against Fundora. And it seems like it won't be for a title shot. It would just be, I'll get back in the ring fight. Not looking at Fundora as a tune-up, but people, it is a tune-up. That's why it's not going to be for a title because he's not being recognized. So I guess boxing is kind of tired of Errol getting back in the ring, and as long as he's been out because of injuries and everything else, he don't do tune-ups that's good, but he gets to jump back and go fight for a belt. I think rightfully, that don't need to happen this time. Okay, that don't need to happen this time because of too much inactivity with Errol Spence. If Errol was active and you knocking down, you knocking down crown after crown after crown, that's something different. But in his situation that he's in is a very detrimental situation to Errol Spence, which is the reason why a lot of people been calling for Errol Spence not to return to the boxing ring. People don't even want to see Errol Spence return to the boxing ring. I'm gonna be honest. I think Errol shouldn't return to the boxing ring, but who am I? I'm just a fan of Errol Spence. I can't wish for what I want him to do because it ain't gonna matter. He ain't gonna grant it. I want y'all to learn something from that. All right. So, me being a fan, I am going to support what he wants to do, and I just wish him the best. But Errol Spence, hurry up, man, and just get whatever it is left out of you out the way, bro, so you can go ahead and retire because we are worried about these fighters. At least I am. I don't care how much I get on here and cook about these fighters. It's a dangerous sport, and at the end of the day, I don't want anybody to, really hurt themselves or or somebody's going to get hurt. But y'all know how it is. Because there's a lot of things that are going on in the sport of boxing. But I think if he was to retire now without taking this last fight against Fedora, I don't think anybody should have a damn thing to why and cry about. For what? That's that man's career. He has to endure all those things that he been through. 2 car accidents and injury here and this, that, and other. He has to go through that. None of us don't have to go through that. None. Neither his supporters or his haters. So I think we all collectively should just zip our mouths on that because we're not going through none of that. But the thing is to be for their safety. I'm for all these fighters' safety. No matter if I'm choosing one of these fighters to get beat up, I'm still for all these safety. And I still want all these fighters to make some damn money too. You see how simple that is? I don't care who makes the most money. I don't care who's the best out of the best. As long as my favorite fighters is losing to the best, not losing to cats that they shouldn't lose to. It's a lot of that going on in boxing. 2024 has showed us that. But Errol Spence Jr., how do y'all feel about it? What should Errol be doing now? Should Errol be getting back in the ring against Fundora? And I know most of y'all are going to say it because y'all just want to see Errol Spence back in the ring. D3 in the building, CDK in the building, Zach B. It's been a minute, Zach B. How you doing, bro? But he had an awesome career. Now, I don't know how Errol is going to look. It's a lot of things that's going on. We don't know who his new trainer is. So, meaning that how much confidence can we have in him getting back into being the Errol Spence, or at least somewhat of the Errol Spence that he once used to be? We can only go on faith, 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 like George Michael. You see what I'm saying? But faith is not knowing. It's just having somewhat of confidence in one. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It's a scary situation. I can't wait to see this fight to see how he looks. I don't think it was hate on the commission to not recognize him, because he should be having a fight coming back without fighting for a belt. If he look good in his comeback fight, his tune-up fight, and it look like everything is working better than what it once was, even if it don't get back to 100%, at least he can get about the 80, 75, because he's been lower than that. Then we can talk about something else. Then we can see what else he possibly can do. Because it's so lit at the 154 weight class, and to be honest, it's kind of hard to turn that up to turn that down as a fighter, especially when you got that competitive spirit. You've been at the top before, you used to being at the top, and you don't want to stop. But 154 is one of those weight classes that you have to be all the way in, just like the rest of these weight classes. But definitely 154 and everything that's there, because 154 is lit. So if there's anybody in between, but it's definitely guys 147 that could make 154, whatever like that. If it's any weight class right now to where people really want to test to see where they are, and you're around that region, go to 154, man, and see what's going on, because it's probably the most loaded weight class right now, in my opinion. If not the most loaded, one of the most loaded weight classes. And this is the reason why we have to talk about Errol Spence, because this is the creme of the creme weight class that he's in, where a lot of these fighters are. And like I said, I can't predict or project how he's going to look, because the same thing applies for Errol Spence as it applies for any other fighter. You're only as good as your last fight, and we know he took a good ass whipping, and he took it like a G. Shout out to Errol Spence. That's why I'm still a fan of Errol Spence. He took that ass whipping like a man. He didn't come out and make all these excuses. This was wrong with me. That was wrong with me. He let people know after a while, but he still, was like, well, I'm not going to take away from what Terrence Crawford did, but, the reason why I wasn't effective as I normally be is because of these things, but I was still good enough to get in the ring with him. And that was a hell of a thing for Errol Spence to do, take that challenge. And I think that's something that everybody in boxing should be talking about. We're going to stick to one subject about a fighter. I think Errol Spence should get so much credit, even though some people think that being overzealous got him in the position that it got him in. But whatever the case may be, but for this man, knowing he never doubted himself, no matter what the hell he was going through, he didn't doubt himself. We can doubt him all goddamn day if we want, but it's about him, because he ain't got to prove nothing else. And we got to stop thinking that these fighters got to prove anything to us. They don't. We fans of theirs. So what the fuck they got to prove to us? If anything, we got to prove that we loyal fans, that we supporting fans, we consuming fans. I'm just being honest. They ain't got nothing to prove to us. They don't know us. You know what I'm saying? But we need to prove to them that we with this sport, and we represent everything right in the sport, and we not going to be on the same side of these fighters when they doing a whole bunch of negative things and stuff like that. No, but Errol Spence story for this guy. When people say, man, I'm going out on my shield, or you got to take me out of here, that's definitely the mindset of Errol Spence and a few other Deontay Wilder. But you gotta salute Errol Spence for that. And wanting that undisputed so bad and knowing what he was going up against. Trust me, man, Errol Spence did not take Terrence Crawford for granted. I don't care all this trash talk for the years leading up to the fight. Errol Spence knew what he was getting in there with. And he got in there and he got his ass whipped and took it like a G. No excuses. And whatever caused him not to be at his best, no matter if it's on his own default or some things that just happened that was not in his control at the time, it is what it is. But we have to get this man his flowers, and still want to continue after that, because that was not just a loss in the ass whipping, it was a very embarrassing one on top of that. We don't see too many fighters bounce back from those type of losses, people. You gotta have that Teflon mentality. Shout out to Errol Spence. But let's just say, if he does win this fight between him and Fundora, how long should he continue? What should he do next? If he beats Fundora, and some people do have Errol Spence beating Fundora, regardless of the situations that EJ has been in, But I am worried. Hopefully get the right training. It doesn't matter who the trainer is. A good trainer is a good trainer. I'm not really stuck on names. We got to learn that in the sport of boxing. We just can't be stuck getting on the goddamn brand names. You know what I mean? We can't be doing that. You can't be doing that. You better take a page out of D Free book. And if you ever catch, we can't be doing that because we don't know for sure. We just have our faith and our confidence in these fighters and our knowledge of knowing boxing. Other than that, we don't really know for sure until the event takes place and then things occur. But good thing about this sport, we have been right about a lot of things. So salute to everybody who does know the sport, and they've been right about things. But it's going to be some things in this sport that we're going to be wrong about. And it was times we was wrong about Errol Spence. And what I mean by that, we thought he was done. And guess what, people? I don't think he's actually done. So we will see. We got to see. And I think it's going to be very interesting. And this will, I think this comeback fight will state how Errol Spence's legacy will pan out throughout the remaining time of his career. Don't know how many more fights he has in him or he's planning to have, but it is what it is. But like I said, he can retire, and he gave us a hell of a career. He gave us hell of fights. Always a good fight with Errol Spence and his competitors, and we seen improvement with Errol Spence over the years. Definitely one of the few throwback generational fighters in this generation right now. There's a few of them, not a lot, just a handful, We be giving that out a little too much too, when all these guys don't deserve credit for being, one of those generational fighters. They all are not. Even if some of them appear to be that way, but appear to be that way and is that way, it's two different things. Make sure your vision ain't blurry when you taking a bird's eye view at that. But man, let's talk about some of the things that Errol Spence has done, since he is the main attraction for this faction. Errol Spence, I mean, it's not too much bad to say about the brother at all, as far as when it comes to opponents. He gave us some opponents, and from the very beginning, from when he got his first belt, all the way up until he lost his 3 belts against Terrence Crawford. So Yes, he has a hell of a resume, and I don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, what more can you ask for Errol Spence? I mean, isn't this a guy that we will all want to talk about, especially when we talk about resumes, because everybody is big on resumes and stuff like that. Well, y'all going to be big on resumes and talk about what somebody did. For us, the sport of boxing and it's competitive, all we do didn't shine away from anything. Then let's give Errol Spence's flowers right now, which I think he rightfully deserves his flowers right now because I mean, come on, Terrence Crawford, Sean Porter, uh, Ugas, who else? Ugas, um, Sean Porter, Terrence Crawford, Kell Brook, um, and the list goes on. Let me see what we got going on in the comments this morning. Saludos, Kano, man. Saludos. I'm trying to get my weekend thing with my coffee and donut for grown-ups because I just normally do it 5 days a week. So I'm up here trying to get the Saturdays and Sundays in. So this is my first Sunday. So I'm trying to be smooth about it, not be as I normally be, Kano. You know, they didn't gave me a new name. They call me the grumpy OG, man. It's crazy right now. But yeah, we talking about Errol Spence right now and his career and what's next for him. And like I said, I'm not gonna count him all the way out, but for safety reasons right now, I think the man should be talking about retirement or already made the move. But who am I? I'm not Errol Spence, so I'm going to respect Errol Spence wishes as a fan and just wish the man the best. You know what I mean? And see what happens between him and Fundora. Kano, how you got that fight planning out? Matter of fact, how do the check has that fight planning out? Playing out between Fundora and Errol Spence. Do y'all got Errol coming back and losing to Fundora? Do y'all got Fundora um losing to Errol Spence? Cassandra in the building? Grand Rising love. Grand Rising. Good to see y'all. Some of my people haven't seen in a minute. That's kind of like my fault too. I gotta make sure when I do coffee donuts that I send it out to everybody because I'm doing it from the main channel. None of them want smoke with Charles Conwell at 54, but yeah, I got Spence beating Fedora. Talk about Conwell. Conwell, I was just talking about him, man, a few days ago on one of my morning shows. I got my eyes on Charles Conwell. He a damn problem. Charles Conwell is a problem. And you know what? I'm glad you said that. I wouldn't want Errol Spence to get in there with Charles Conwell right now. I'm gonna be honest. I'd rather see Errol go against Fundora. I give Errol a better chance of beating Fundora than beating Conwell right now. And some people say you out of your mind, and I simply say, fuck you. You don't know shit about boxing. You know what I mean? What's going on, Opulent LD? Yeah, Charles Conwell is a beast, man. And like I said, 154 is the best division in boxing right now. Anybody that's talking about they the man, they the face of boxing and this and that and the other. If you ain't at 154, I don't want to hear you singing none of that. Because that's the top weight class right now. And that's the most lit weight class in boxing. So that's where I'm at. Okay, I'm not abandoning 35. I'm not abandoning 40. But listen, shorty, I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it real as a dollar bill. Listen, man, that 154 is lit, and that's where Errol is at. So how long does he have? And not really knowing, what his actual master plan is. We don't even know how many fights that he's been predicting to have before he actually goes into full retirement. But to be at 154, and we've been waiting for the return of Errol Spence, and we wish him the best when he gets in the ring. But we can't be going out there and giving him more confidence off of how he looked. You know what I'm saying? And look at everything that's been happening since the Terrence Crawford. We seen footage here, we seen footage there. He looked like he in the land of the lost. stranded on Gilligan Island with no profiling or fashionable styling. You know, he looks confused. He has us confused. I would not lie. You know, so this is a real big deal right here. This is one thing that everybody should be talking about in sport of boxing is Errol Spence and his situation. Because his situation is very detrimental. We can't keep talking about some old bull crap with some old something in their body to really destroy the asses, to really take them out. And it ain't that damn deep what Errol Spence went through. Car accident, another car accident, injury here, eye injury there, this, that, and other. If it's anybody who came close besides they rest well for the people who had passed off in the sport of boxing, but if it's anybody that was close to death whenever they got in that goddamn ring, is Errol Spence. You got fighters getting in there because they got a drop or something in their body, and literally just a drop. Not even a damn 6-ounce cup full, but a damn drop. And they come on with the nonsense. But I ain't gonna make this about those knuckleheads. I'm just using Errol Spence as a perfect example. But damn, he's a daredevil. Errol Spence is the Evil Knievel of boxing. For those who know about Evil Knievel, the last famous stuntman. You know, you grew up in the 70s and the 80s. You know, Evil Knievel was that dude on a motorcycle, you know what I mean? And doing, you know, jumping through shit and all that, doing those wheelies and flipping and somersaulting in the air on the motorcycle. Yeah, y'all know about Evil Knievel, but Errol Spence is the Evil Knievel of boxing because no matter what state he's in physically or mentally, this man is always out there daring to be great. So it's nothing but to put respect on Errol Spence's name, regardless of how he looked. He dared to be great. You know, he dared to be great. And even with the fight, you know, he told the brother, man, you know, let the dude put me on my ass. I would have rather got put on my ass. Don't stop it while I'm standing on my feet. You know, and then a lot of times we be saying, man, boy, if it wasn't for that rep, this would have happened. This man was like, listen, man, he ain't had to stop it. I'm a man. I'm gonna take this defeat. Like I give him out. You see what I'm saying? And he was willing to go out on his shield, on his ass bag. So I'm pretty sure he came with insurance for that. But you gotta give someone like that mentality respect. So of course we only wishing for the best of his return. You know what I mean? So we wishing for the best of his return. So hopefully it does look good. But here's the thing about the fight. Now we know Fundora, he's like the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or that goddamn division because he's so damn tall. Now with Fundora, long, rangy, lengthy, Fundora, his eyesight is so bad, people, that he has to fight on the inside. When he ever known a guy that's so lengthy like that likes to fight on the inside? Now, if you have to fight on the inside, it gives you no other choices. That's cool. But with Fundora, because his eyesight so bad, he has to fight on the inside because he can see punches that he's throwing, where he's aiming at better, and where punches is coming at him better. But this is a good even match. When y'all talk about eyesight, I'm not being disrespectful. Shout out to Errol Spence's Fundora, but it's an even match when you look at a couple things as far as eyesight, because both Errol Spence eye vision is not as bad as Fundora's, but it's not that much greater. You know what I mean? Because he didn't have a couple eye injuries and things like that. And I do think he does wear prescriptions here and there. He probably don't have to wear them as much as Fundora, but it's a very interesting fight. And then what does this do for Errol Spence? Let me ask y'all. So Errol Spence comes back and he come back looking like the old Errol Spence, at least about 80, 75, let's say 75% of the old Errol Spence before the car accidents. Mike gone in the building. Yes, and that's what bothers me, Apple and LD. It's the ring rust, and that's the reason why I really think, once Errol got to be tired because ring rust don't help nobody. Everybody's not blessed. Hey, Tay Tay in the building. Salute to the queen, all hell the queen from New York State and New York City. Everybody is not blessed to take as much, so much time off like that and then able to come back and perform like they never lost a step. It's only a handful of fighters that have done that. And we haven't seen no evidence of that with EJ because it was always something getting in the way. And I think he's going against the grain. I think EJ, he's so much of a damn competitive warrior that he's going against the grain. He's not listening to his body. Because come on, y'all, let's be honest. Everything that Errol Spence went through, we don't want to see him fight no more because he could possibly get in that ring and wind up really getting himself even damaged and more damage than what he took in the car accident. And he took a lot. That was beyond punishment, man. Like that, to get in the ring and for Errol to get in the ring that night with Terrence Crawford and Errol being in the state that he was in, that was not a smart move because he needed to be 100%. He not needed didn't have a complete training camp because of broken ribs and this that. He needed to go in that fight 100% against Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford is not one of those guys you go in the ring less than 100%. Nigga, if I feel like I got the flu, hey, we're gonna have to post on this fight. I got the flu, man. Just a cold year spread out, nigga. I'm getting in there with him. He might make the flu even worse on my ass. No, I want to be a whole 100%. Not 60%. But you get in there in the state that you in, you can't make no excuses. And that's why I respect Errol Spence because he didn't make no excuses. He knew things was going on wrong with him. He knew he did things wrong. But he said, you know what? I'm not going to make that excuse for my performance. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't. But they said, yo, I had some things going on, but that don't stop the fact that man whooped my ass. He just said I wasn't at my best, and everybody know he wasn't the same Errol Spence. And I'm still a man down all day because he's a hell of a competitor. He's a warrior, which we don't have much in the sport right now. But sometimes we gotta, say this to these warriors, hey, champ, don't overdo it. You know what I mean? Because we don't want these guys to overdo it because sometimes too much heart makes a dummy in the head. I'm going to say that again. Too much courage will sometimes make you a dummy in the brain. You get it? You can't think with your heart. That's what you got a brain for. I mean, and the little brain that's in your heart is for a different reason. The heart has a brain, but that's for different reasons. Okay? And that's what it is. But damn, I can't wait. And like I said, I think it was the right call for him not to challenge for a belt. He got to work his way back up to it, people, just like anybody else. Thank you, Define Irony. And he definitely got to work himself up. And it doesn't diminish or blemish his resume. He's Hall of Fame-ish. He's going into the Hall of Fame once he retired. Just like Terrence Crawford. I think they both gonna be first ballots when they come up. They might even go in at the same year. Crawford may go in a year before Errol, but I'm pretty sure whenever they go in, they both gonna be first ballots. And I think they rightfully deserve to be that. Because they definitely was the two best welterweights of their era. Hands down. I didn't see nobody beating Terrence Crawford outside of Errol Spence. I didn't see nobody beating Errol Spence outside of Terrence Crawford. I had them both beating everybody else. Too bad we didn't get to see Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence whoop on goddamn Keefy Poo because I wanted to see that so bad. I wanted to see it so bad. The WB still is on the line. Just the WBO isn't. Okay, all right. So it's going to be for one belt instead of two. All right, cool. All right, bet. I wasn't sure. And I kind of thought that, but I wanted to go with the one I didn't know. I mean, that's all. I knew about one that wasn't on the line. Okay. So this one, the WBC's in play. Well, you know what? That WBO makes sense. Come on, people. I don't care what weight class it is. They still say whatever Bob ordered. Okay. Yeah, I don't care what nobody said. Body work. What's going on, bro? Body work in the building. Body work. I need you to do me a favor. We gotta get body work up here, man. I gotta get body work up here to talk some boxing with me, man. Gotta get body work up here. A great job on your show last night, body work. Great show. I'm up here talking about Errol Spence, as you can see. The title right now. And hey man, what you think? What you think? And I think I'm gonna have to get BBO. Hey BBO, drop the link just in case anybody wanna come up and cook. There you go, my brother BBO. Where's Khalifa? What's happening, man? What's going on with you, man? You know, it's Sunday, man. You know, I need a co-pilot with me, man. I don't want to talk to my goddamn self all the time. I know I can do a 5-hour show by myself, but I don't like to rock like that. What's going on? What's going on? What you got to add on? About Errol Spence. What you got to add on to about it, BBO? Let the people know
I just think with Errol is what it's always been, man. A story of what could have been. He did well, but I just wish he kind of would have. But as we all, I wish he could have made a couple different decisions, man, because he really cost himself probably being one of the greatest of all time, I think. Because after he fought Sean Porter, he would have got so much better. But you know, life happens, and we seen this young man, you know, come through a window, no broken bones, through the grace of God, and get back in the ring. But he never was the same. You know, that's almost like you can almost play that sad music of when he fought Sean Porter. I mean, your biggest victory. Then that same weekend, you go through a windshield at 100 something miles an hour. So, you know, then you get hit by some kid who stole his parents' car. I mean, if he didn't have bad luck, he didn't have any luck. But Errol Spence, we all love him. Real good dude, man. I'll say you that. He seemed like a real good dude. I've only got to see him once, but he one of those fighters who will stop and talk to you and show you some love, man. So, you know, we love Errol, man, but man, I think Fedor's gonna beat the life out of him. He gonna beat the Texas T out of him. Um, it's not a smart fight. I could just really see him. You know, people don't know this about Fedor. Fedor's a monster. I seen Fedor punching Lubin, and Lubin looked like one of them. I don't know what you call them, little blow up dolls used to have back in the day. Them little Ninja Turtle ones you could bend and pull and push. I mean, he's gonna beat the curls off of Errol, and you know, I just hope that when you get this solid tail whooping, man, that he go home, go back to the farm, and bake some cookies with his kids, man, and lead a fighting to the young brothers, man. Or as the new guy, the new word is the YNs. Lead a fighting to the young YNs. Let them get some money, man. Go drive your Rolls Royce around your house or something, man. But I give him credit. I give him credit, but he's about to. I mean, he's about to literally get the collard greens beat out of him. I mean, he has no chance against Fedor. Zero, zero. That's pure violence. Pure violence coming his way.
Well, damn, I was trying to get Errol a little bit, you know. Hey, but you know what? I can't disagree with you because, like I said, I'm the type of guy that's always going to be fair. So they only as good as their last fight. And forget his last fight, he ain't been looking good between everything else. You know, we've been seeing videos of workouts and he missing, knocking down goddamn trainers, punching trainers. I mean, that happens every once in a while, but
Mhm.
not in that fashion. You know, normally it happens by accident when they in the heat of it because they have the good camp and it's just rolling to happen. But Errol just looked lethargic, man. You know, he looked like his equilibrium is off, and these is things that we have to worry about. So I understand what BBO is meaning by it. And even though I want him to win, I'm not saying he's going to win because he can get his ass handed to him, people. So, you know, I'm wishing him the best. But right now, yeah, I want him to win, but I gotta go with my boxing mind. Now, who you think is going to win and who you want to win is two different things. Y'all always confusing that, but that's why we here to straighten y'all out. Now Fundora may F him up, but see, here's the thing, right? We know Fundora likes to fight on the inside, so that's the only way to fight because it's eyesight. Even though
I
Errol
never thought of
Spence,
that. I never thought of that.
yeah,
That's a good point. I never thought of
he's
that.
a blind fairy, people. That's why he fights on the inside. Nobody never really called it out. And the first time I said that was on KQKC show. He was like, well, Fundora's blind as back, like to fight on the inside. And I waited a couple of seconds. I'm saying, I'm going to see if anybody peep why he likes to fight on the inside. Because we know tall fighters who can work they infinite range, man. They ain't fighting on the inside. Unless they just good all the way around the board. But they can keep your ass under this stick. Hey, that's where your ass is going to be at. Ask Tommy Hearns. Ask all the fighters that kept those dudes on the end, on the outside, and probably could fight on the inside, but their vision is good. Fundora has to do that, y'all. He has to do that. But even though Errol is broken up and everything, that's still not a smart tactic for Fundora because Errol Spence is a hell of an inside fighter. We got to peep out what's still good, what he does good, and I think he can have more success than Erickson Lubin did when Erickson Lubin was having success until he wound up getting caught. So it's a hell of a gamble, and I love to see what's going to happen. But yeah, if I gotta go with somebody, of course I'm going to favor Fundora right now because, like I said, we don't know where Errol Spence is at mentally and physically, and you know, it is what it is. It is what it
He
is.
about to get hurt in there, man. And the sad thing is this: we see Fundora with the big ass glasses, like the owl from the Tipsy Pop commercial, and we laugh and we kind of joke, but he goes in there and disfigures people. I mean, you can laugh at the owl with the Tipsy Pop glasses. This brother goes in there and beats people to death. I mean, they come out looking like Emmett Till. Excuse that morbid comparison, but they come out looking bad. I mean, look at, did y'all see Lubin's face? Did you see Tim Zoo's head? That big tall joker, man, he likes to beat you to death. He looking to take your life. And it's almost like I feel like Adrian on Rocky. You can't win. You can't win.
You can't win.
Hey, he can't win, bro. He can't win. There's no chance. Forget punches chance. There's no chance. And I'm gonna tell you why. If you wobbling and stobbling and training, just wait to just you know what I mean. You know what I mean. We had never seen Tim Zoo look like that. Tim Zoo was
Right.
bleeding like a pig, but not only that, Fundora was landing some of the hardest shots on this dude. You know what I'll tell you? Fundora is everything people think David Benavidez is. That's what Fundora's that guy. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. My favorite fighter is Jamel Charlo, and I highly doubt Jamel Charlo will ever touch the ring against him or that big scary Russian dude that beat the life out of Tim Tszyu. Because some dudes you can't beat. It's just that simple, man. You can't beat them all. I mean, Sugar Ray Leonard told you that. You see, he kept his ass away from what's my dude's name from Cincinnati? I don't know why I'd be having brain farts lately, but the one we always compare Tank to. What's that guy's name, man?
Oh,
The
Aaron Pryor. Aaron
Aaron Pryor.
Pryor.
You
Yeah.
see Leonard kept his ass away from Aaron Pryor. I mean,
All of
some
the
some
four
dudes you
kings
gotta leave
did.
alone. Go ahead.
All the four kings did. Ain't none of
Bachman.
the four kings. None of them. Only Tommy 40-minute ambushes. They didn't fight as pros. So the four kings, the other three four kings, just like Sugar Ray, they didn't fuck with Aaron Pryor. They ain't go
Hey,
nowhere near him.
cause he
They didn't
dude,
go nowhere near him.
he was a buzzsaw. He was a buzzsaw and he was beating the brakes off people. And I'm telling you, and you right. Thanks, salute to my man, Define Irony, man. Um, bro, it's some I'm put like this. Errol Spence, if he don't need the money, I would ask Uncle Al, please take him out that fight. Cause he about to get effed up. It's about to be nasty, and then we all gonna be crying, talking about, man, Errol, man, we just wanted you to look good. No, it's over. It's just
I
like
ain't
it
gonna.
was. It was just like it was when I was a kid and I watched Space Jam and I cried because I thought Michael Jordan wasn't gonna get home. Errol's not gonna make it home. I'm just letting you guys know. It's a bad fight, man. It's a bad fight, man. And knowing Errol, he gonna be like Apollo Creed and say, "Don't you stop this fight." And I'm gonna be screaming like the old bald black dude, "Throw in the towel!" It's over with, man. It's over with, man. Go ahead and get Errol. Go ahead and get Errol his Hall of Fame jacket because this big Mexican dude about to put him in the casket, man. Talk about put you in the dirt. He about to be in a big casket with Dallas Cowboys on the front of it. Cause hey, it's over with. You don't mess with people like Fedor. Fedor like to beat people to death, man. Did you see Lubin's face, Crush? Did you see Lubin's face?
Yeah,
Come
man.
on.
Yeah, and I like Fundora. Shit, you know what? This is not a fighter at 154. I can say I dislike. I like them all. We know there's some is gooder than the others, but it ain't a fighter at 154 right now that I'm like, I want to see him fight. Even the guys that we don't know, that we get to know, that is the best weight class right there. I don't care what nobody say.
It's by
That's the
far, and
weight
keep
class.
and keep in mind, Crush. It's not like Terrence Crawford's going to do Apollo Creed and come train Errol. Even if he did, he getting beat to death. Man. It don't matter, man. What my man say? You come on, Stallion. It's not gonna happen, man. Y'all go ahead, get your what y'all like to eat down there in Texas. Get your oxtails, get your macaroni and cheese, your sweet water cornbread, your collard greens. Get your food ready. Go ahead, eat a good meal. Drink you some grape, something grape. Us black people love something grape. So get you something grape.
Mhm.
And guess what, man? Get ready to watch Errol's last fight because he's about to get buried. He's about to
Oh
get
yeah.
buried. It's bad, man. And I'm being nice about it because I love him. He's my brother and I love him, but he got no chance. And Crush, and I'm shocked at my OG Crush, Juicy J, because he being light on him. He know, Crush know. That boy about to get smashed.
BBS. I said at the beginning of the show that I'm trying to be smooth on Sundays, but I can't. Y'all be calling for it. Here it comes. And BBO know exactly what to do to say stop bullshitting.
Hey, you gotta
Listen,
tell the
y'all.
truth, man. Hey, if it
Hey,
if it was
I
any of the
want
guys I like, you gonna tell the truth immediately. Let these people know Errol ain't got a
listen.
chance, dog. He ain't got a chance.
As much as I want him to win, I don't think he's going to. People, and even though he has the advantage on the inside, I think my guy is damaged goods that don't need to be repackaged again. I'm gonna say it again, people. My man is damaged goods that can't be repackaged and put back out on the shelf. That's what it is. It is time for him to hang him up. Just like it's time for Furry can freaking retire. Usyk, both of them can retire. They don't need to do nothing else. They accomplish everything. No need. You ain't got if you ain't going. You ain't got these. It's these young guys' time. You ain't got shit to prove to them unless you still in their way. I want everybody that knows that. This is the young guys' time. It still ain't your favorite fighter's time. Get over it. That time is over. And like I said, they keep playing around. They gonna wind up getting there with somebody you shouldn't have been in there with and probably shouldn't have lost to. Y'all gonna listen to me, cause I be knowing shit. But Errol gonna get beat up, man. I fear. Hopefully he looks better than what he did when he was in the ring against Terrence Crawford. That's why I want him to be at least at the highest percentage he can be, outside of Terrence Crawford, because I don't think 100% exists in Errol Spence anymore. That got beat out of him multiple ways. Car accident, eye injury. Need I say more? And all those, and definitely the car accidents and Terrence Crawford. That's enough alone. Let's say Errol would have went into this fight with all his faculties right and still got washed the way that he did by Terrence Crawford. He'd be walking around with what I call the Charmin effect. He be walking around with the soft effect. Be walking around with that Haney effect, man. It's hopefully, to be honest with you guys, hey man, get this fight and go and retire after that, bruh. Errol, you a promoter, bro. Start promoting.
You remember that
When
fight?
it's
You remember that fight when Ali fought Trevor Burbick
yeah, hell yeah, yeah. Of course I do.
and Trevor Burbick was trying to hurt him? I'm trying to
Mhm.
tell you, Fundora is going to try to hurt him. Fundora is an animal. I know y'all see them big giant glasses look like soup cans, but that dude is vicious, man.
No, I
Because
like Power
I'll be
Mano,
honest. I'll be
man.
honest. If you beat my son the way he beat Lubin, I'm going to get my baseball bat. It's that simple. I'm going to get my bat, Crush. You ain't gonna beat my son like he beat. Did you see how he looked? Come on, man. And Errol can't get out the way. Oh, just think about it, Crush. Now let's go to our boxing mind because I don't know where my OG Crush is at. Somebody kidnapped him. I don't know where he's at. But Crush told me this best. Hey, your boy ain't got a chance. Your boy ain't got a chance. When I said I wanted Teal to fight Bud Crawford, my man Crush made sure. Guess what, BBO? Your boy ain't got a chance. And you know what I said? I'll accept that till I see it. But we know Earl ain't got a chance. Come on. He's finished.
Prospect Stadium.
He's finished. He's finished. So, like I said, whoever kidnapped Crush, please bring him back home because this guy I'm talking to is not the Crush I know. I'm looking for my man Crush because we know this dude is finished. What did the Puerto Rican always say, D Free? He's completely done. He's completely
But
done.
well, right now, Crush has been abducted by Elon Musk security for something. They'll bring you back in a minute. But Elon Musk heard about what this brain contains. So I'll be back, y'all. They need parts of my brains to try to explain some shit that man hasn't been able to explain yet. But I'm back quicker than fast, goddamn Errol. You gonna get fucked up, Errol. Excuse my language, it's Sunday. Errol gonna get his ass kicked. I got to be honest. I'm not optimistic. I don't do none of that. Faith ain't knowing. Stop saying you gotta have faith. Faith ain't knowing. It's just another form of confidence. That's it. Damn it, Errol. Retire after this fight, bro. Retire, man. All
Is
you
it
guys all you dudes that's half dead, get your asses out the ring.
is it true that and shout out and a happy Sunday to y'all brothers.
What
Uh
up, bro?
is it true that Earl has been training in Philly with Breadman? Can we confirm that or no?
The pictures look
I
real.
could make a phone call right now and find out, Pros, but I would jump on it though. I would
Yeah,
jump on
find
it. I
out.
haven't
So
heard anything,
I've been hearing
and I
that
was
he's training in Philly with Breadman.
yeah. Now Gilly and Wallow had their amateur fight. Doing for the people in the
Yeah.
city. It turned out to be a good success. Now, real quick, the shit about the shooting, that
Yeah.
they wasn't shooting at the Delaware cops. He found out that they was out there, giving them hell, the cops and stuff like that. So they was hating on and shutting them down, but it
They
was
was hating.
successful. But I
It was
heard
hating
that
hard.
yeah, a lot of people I know went, and especially a lot of guys that's a part of different gyms and stuff like that. And I did hear something. Somebody was telling me something that one or two guys was talking about that he was supposed to have been training with Bread Man. I mean, and I know these guys is liable sources, but later on today, I am going to call somebody direct who numbers I had, and they can tell me exactly. But if so, that's a good trainer for him. But
Hey,
I don't know how much it's
not
going to
right
help him,
now.
man, because
Not what's left
it,
of him. Not what's left of him.
listen, nothing can save him right now, BBO. I don't
It's
care
over.
who you. I don't care who train him. I don't care if it's Boback. It could be fucking Albert Einstein. I don't care. My guy is done. And see, I don't have a problem with saying that because my man did
Shout
an
out to my
excellent.
guy. Shout out to my guy. I gotta tell this quote. I'm sorry to interrupt, Crush, but I
No,
remember
you good. You
back in the day when your boy BVO was selling cars before I got in the manager, whatever. I remember a lady came up to a salesman and said, "I want this particular payment," and my man with the most googly eyes in the world said, "You know what, man? You're gonna need Jesus Christ to come get off His throne and get you to that payment." So I'm gonna tell you this, man. Unless Jesus Christ come and hop in Errol Spence, we ought to see angels in the outfield where the angels hopped into people's bodies, dog. Errol about to get hurt bad, and he about to get smashed in front of his pretty wife and those beautiful kids, man. That's the bad part. He about to get smashed in front of his family. Remember when Tony Harrison got knocked out in front of his kids and just laid in the ropes? That's gonna be your boy Errol, man. He gonna just lay in the ropes, man. You gotta know when it's over with. What that lady tell my boy AB? That's over with. That's over with. So I mean,
I
if
think
you
he
wanna
should take
go
a
up,
tune-up, BBO. I don't think that he should jump right in there with Fondora right away. Because the longer the
he should
fight
take a
gets,
retirement. He should take a retirement prize. That's
the
what he should
longer
take.
the fight doesn't have a date, a legit date, none of it. So the longer that Earl is out of the ring, the worse it gets for him, bro. I don't understand what his people in the corner saying. Look, Earl, let's take one of these. Let me put you in there with a junior middleweight, you know, and let's knock them cobwebs off, and then 4 or 5 months later, jump right back in there. Because this staying out of the ring 2 years, 2.5 years, that's not the move, bro.
The move is to go ahead and go back to Texas, ask Shola to fry your fish hard, and go watch some TV. That's what he need to be doing. Go
We
feed
don't
the
know that.
cows.
We
Go
y'all
feed the
like to throw him
chickens.
away. One fight he get beat up, y'all
Hold,
want to throw
hold,
him
hold
away.
on. You tried to throw Tim Zoo away, and he didn't get
He
beat
got
badly.
smoked 2 times, and everybody wants to overrate Tim Zoo.
Tim Zoo's a monster like his dad, man. That's all it is. But I'm not. It's not about Tim Zoo. It's about brother Errol. And I say this about Errol because I don't want nobody to think I don't love him because he's my brother. But you know what? Errol had a good run. I remember I used to run with a group of cats and one of my homeboys. Man, I'm not gonna say his name. We don't get no publicity. But he said one of the funniest things I ever said. Ain't many people that can beat Errol. And I said, you know what? I agree with you, bro. The Earl that we talking about is gone. It's just like you know what it'd be like. You remember when Michael Jordan came back in when he was 100 years old and was missing dunks with the Wizards? That's what's gonna happen to Earl come back. Even if he win, which I highly, highly doubt, he gonna look like dog crap. Y'all seen Django? Remember that dude was up in the tree and said, "I won every fight you gave me." But guess what? He about to be half dead. And as my grandmother said, rest in peace to my granny. She said, if I'm half dead, get me out of here. Don't have me in here half dead. That's a true story. My baby said, don't have me here half dead. Get me out of here. And when she got to looking half dead, she got up out of here. And I think Earl should get up out of here, man. Ain't no use in just laying here half dead, bro. This ain't no Marie. What's that lady, Mary Shibo? This ain't none of that. Get out of
You
the way.
crazy.
Get
You
out of the
crazy.
way. It's some young, hungry guys like Emiliano Vargas. It's a lot of guys like Abdullah Mason, Ishmael Mason, Tiger Johnson. We got some guys that can come take his place, man. Move out the way and let the young guys eat, man. What my man Saquon Barkley say with them sorry egos? Let the young boys eat. Let them eat. Don't worry about these old dogs, man. You know what they do to old dogs? They pop old dogs. Y'all seen what the girl told Martin. They pop old dogs. That's
You
what they do,
bugging.
man. So
Hey,
take Earl. Go
hey,
ahead.
BBO, you know you got some Eagles fans in the chat, and you up there hating on them, talking about they garbage.
His team
They
is
just
garbage, Crush. I don't even know what this like. What is a
Well, you know
record?
what? Hold on. I'll say this. I did buy me an Eagles towel when they won back in the day with Donovan McNabb, so I could wipe my boots off with it. So I appreciate that Eagles towel to wipe my boots off because it get pretty snowy in Cleveland. So I'm glad I can wipe my boots off with that Eagles towel. But all jokes aside, man, the boy Errol, man, y'all got me sound like Adrian. He can't win. He can't. Hey, and it's so funny because that lets you know how much we love him. The fact that we even having this conversation, we know he can't win. Did we
Well,
not just see Mike Tyson get beat to death by a dude who
oh,
took it easy on him? And I'm
come
gonna tell you
on,
something
don't
funny.
do that.
I had a
Why would you
conversation.
bring that into the
That's a
I
atmosphere?
had
terrible
a
comparison.
conversation with Uncle Stitch. This is true, y'all. I can send you the link. Me and Uncle Stitch were talking, and Uncle Stitch said when Mike came back to that corner in the second round, he was gassed. I'm put like this: Errol ain't fought in
Yeah, he
two
was
years, man.
gas. He had
He
that
ain't,
gas in him. That's why he was gas.
He ain't fought in 2 years, man. But he
It
said
seems more
BBO
like
allowed to
that.
have his own opinion. No idea why he keep going on and on though. I'll say this, LDTV. I'll go on and on because I'll roast you, man. You sit tight. You sit tight. Because when you was going at my boy AB, I didn't say nothing. You up here asking AB, can you go back to the hood? Hell no, he can't go back to the hood. You up here asking my man, is he going back to the hood, knowing he about to get beat to death? I don't know what you talking about.
Hey,
You already knew my
real
boy
quick,
AB was about to go to bed. What my man LD, he gonna
real
taunt
quick.
he gonna taunt him and say, can you go back to the hood, AB, after you get beat to death? I don't know if he can go back.
Quick acknowledgement, real quick. Shout out to Grail, Subel, Ashley's corner in the building. We didn't talk about Usyk and Fury just yet, but we gonna get to that. We just trying to get the Errol Spence situation out of the way, and then we'll cook on the fights from last night. So we be hitting towards that way. Not too far away from now. But yeah, we will get into that.
And I celebrate
But
and I
I'm gonna say,
celebrate Tyson losing. I'm glad he lost.
Me too.
Cause I'm gonna tell you something I usually wouldn't say, but I'm gonna keep it real when we would crush. He cheated Deontay Wilder. I don't care what nobody say. Deontay Wilder never looked like that. He hit him with them floppy ass gloves. He had them floppy gloves on yesterday. Why don't you beat the white boy like you did Deontay Wilder, you punk coward? I'm
I was
glad.
so glad that Usyk
I'm
whooped him
glad to
again.
see. I'm glad to see him. Even though I picked Fury, I'm glad to see that coward Fury
I
lose,
picked
man. Because
Fury too, but I'm
that
glad
pissed me
that
off,
Usyk
man.
whooped
He
him.
beat. Hey, Crush. He beat my boy Deontay Wilder all the dirty tricks. But when he fights somebody else, he ain't doing none of them dirty tricks. He putting what is they
because
called egg weights and all this other bull crap in his glove. Man,
yeah,
F Tyson Fury, man.
Yeah, F
because
him.
everybody else in the heavyweight division ain't the fucking Browns bomber. And for all you goddamn freaking haters out there hating on the sport of boxing, because most of y'all do not know what y'all talking about. Talking about wow, they ain't good, this, that, and the other. For a man to pick up a sport at 19 years old, damn near old enough to legal age to drink, never did anything similar to that off of driving a soda truck, a goddamn soda truck. Then go into a damn sport. And then you got to have some sort of skill to get to the Olympics, you degenerates. Y'all talk too damn much. Listen to yourself. Question yourself before you say something out of your mouth. You gotta have a skill set to get into the damn Olympics. And then it was fighters who had skill sets that was so good that didn't even make it. Shut your damn mouth. That man is special. You'll never get anything like that. A freak again in the sport of boxing. I bet my dollar on it. That man is greatness.
Freaky
That's
Maliki.
greatness. Yeah, they you can't what? Oh, look how he only got that one punch. He only and look how many people he put down. Every man touched the canvas except one man. How many people you made touch the concrete, chumps? Y'all probably touched the concrete before. Y'all gonna get up here and criticize some stuff about some people that you ain't good at. Then they will beat y'all damn asses. Half of y'all don't even know how to fight. Half y'all probably never even slap tap or went body to body. I can tell when you open up your mouths on the panels in the chat, you damn rookies. I'ma start another show called Milk and Cookie for Rookies, and all y'all can bring your asses over there, and I'ma take y'all to school. Hey man, Deontay Wilder, man, nothing but respect for that dude.
Hey
One of the
man,
hardest punches
shout out to my
ever.
man. Screenshot Shelton. He said something I'll never forget. He said Deontay Wilder is getting treated like one of them dudes from the 40s and 50s. Like they did
Yeah,
everything to call Deontay Wilder a nigga, man. I swear, man.
yeah,
Hey, so
yeah, yeah,
they
yeah.
really did everything but call him a nigga, man, because they hated him. I'll never forget. I was hanging out with a friend, right? And Deontay Wilder knocked out Tyson Fury. He was pissed. I said, "You old Uncle Tom clown. You don't want him to win?" No, I think Fury's a better fighter. Man, if I could have drop kicked him in the head, I would have, bro. And you know what? They doing the same thing to Devin Haney,
Screenshot
bro.
Shelton.
Stop doing that, man. Stop doing that corny stuff, bro. Stop doing that corny stuff, man. Um, stop doing that, hating on these black fighters and stuff, bro. Come on, man. They get enough. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I love Devin Haney, but man, Bill, shut up. Shut up, man. Go back to pimping or something, bro. We don't want to hear you every week talking about it. You up here making people hate Devin. Devin's a good dude, man. Good Muslim brother, man. Seems to be a decent person. I don't think he had no kids out of wedlock yet. He doing better than a lot of us, bro. So
Hmm.
shout out to Devin Haney and stop treating him like he Deontay Wilder. We know y'all hate blacks. We know y'all hate blacks, but that's okay. We love y'all,
Hey,
man.
speaking, go ahead, Prod. You
But
was gonna say something, bro?
Nah, I'm tripping off BBL. He tweaking. Go ahead.
Oh well, we having fun Sunday, man. We gonna
Yeah,
make
for sure.
everybody
Happy
early.
Sunday to the chat.
Now I don't want to talk about fighters who's inactive, ain't doing anything. But
there we go.
since BBL brought it up, I will say this real quick, and I ain't talking about none of these dudes this week. Don't ask me to talk about it. Don't bring them up. If you bring them up, I'm gonna smoke your ass. All right, and we gonna stay on the topic that it is. All right, listen, but real quick, um, speaking on Bill Haney and the Haney situation, I'm gonna say this because I've been very observant of it for a while, and I probably spoke on it once. But I'm gonna tell you something. Devin Haney whole demeanor, how he handled the situation with Ryan, that was more his damn father, yo. I'm because I know the kid is better than that. But when you not thinking with your own mind and you letting your daddy, run everything for you, grown. I think if he had a different, if he had a real trainer, I'm gonna say that, not a different trainer, because Bill ain't a goddamn trainer. Fuck what y'all saying. If he had a real trainer, I think he would have never went about that fight with Ryan the way that he did. We're not talking about what Ryan had in his body. Okay, we're not talking about that at all. That don't matter. All right,
Go
Devin
ask
still
Nina.
got to stop crying about that shit.
Tell
I
Nina to
want to hear
make it
nothing
for
about
you.
it. And I think he would have handled it better because first of all, his damn trainer wouldn't have went out there and tell him trying to become something that he's not. His
Yeah.
trainer would have made sure that he was even a better version of himself that night against Ryan Garcia. His trainer would have prepped him to be better than he was against Lomachenko, against motherfucking C-class. Goddamn, he would have made sure Dad put on the best performance of his life prior to the goddamn opponents that he fought and beat. His jab would have got sharper. He wouldn't have been keeping the hand down. He'd been keeping the hand down for a minute, people. Let's just be honest. He just wound up getting caught with it. Okay,
Yeah.
because nobody was equipped enough to do it. And then when
Hopefully,
somebody did
brother
do it,
Nate can clean some of that up, Crush. I seen him training
yeah,
with Nate Jones. Ain't that his name? Nate Jones from
yeah, yeah,
Mayweather's camp. Maybe he can
yeah.
tighten some of that stuff up. He's still young.
And I think that the most part, I think his father is not right for his career. That's the damn problem. And that's why he's getting all this slack and everything else. Now, few things, the way he moved, some of the ways he moved, I blame him. But this overall stuff, being a crybaby and getting a goddamn what we call that uh, uh um a goddamn cake, a merit cake for merit. What type of shit is that? That wasn't good to do that to your son, dog. That
Well,
wasn't
he
good.
got
He
him
just
pretty
went for it.
far, but
Yeah, yeah. Well,
I thought toward the end,
he,
I kind of do agree with you, Crush, that he kind of started like taking him like because he took him far. Like he got undisputed, youngest ever. He made major accomplishment, won a couple big fights. But I think once he started winning, that Bill kind of like really got on the high horse, and then he kind of started saying a bunch of stuff and doing a couple things that I was questioning about. But overall, I think he's done a good job with his son.
I'm gonna
But I
say
feel you
this:
though.
is it Bill that got him there, or was the teachings from other goddamn coaches?
I think it was a
And just,
collaborative effort. I think it was a little bit of Bill, a little bit of coaching, a little bit of this,
I
a little
think
bit of that.
I,
I think it was a little
I
bit of
would
this and a
give
little bit of that.
I give Bill credit business wise, but strategy wise, fuck no, bro.
Yeah, not for that fight now. I want to see Devin. If Bill wants to keep talking and making everybody hate him and drawing all the attention to Devin, do that. But let Devin get in there like with Nate, some of these good trainers, and let him go in there and clean up some of the mess he need to clean up. Then you come back out and then you be better than ever.
because
I
truth
think
be
he did,
told,
Michael Garner. I think he's working with Nate Jones from the Money Team from Mayweather's gym.
yeah, he's
Nate
working
Jones
with
is
me
a
there.
pretty
Yeah,
solid trainer.
yeah. Mayweather, the Mayweather them got a lot of good trainers in there,
Yeah, they
man. A
do.
lot
It's
of
a
good
bunch of them.
trainers.
Some of them
A
we
lot,
never even
a
heard their
lot.
names.
They just
Yeah,
was all
some of them.
behind Uncle Roger because I think Nate was Floyd's body man. And
Yeah, he was
if you
behind
look at
Roger. Yeah,
old Devin, Devin is a carbon copy of Floyd. He's just not as talented. He's like baby Floyd as far as how he approaches the game, but he just ain't got the skill. But I don't know. I'm praying for him, man. But
well,
his dad got to shut up, bro. Got to.
because truth be told, real quick, and then y'all can go ahead and cook. Remember, I was talking about three the hard way when they was all three those guys, him, Shakur, and Tank was there under the jump. He had a fucking dream team. He could have been the best promoter ever. He could have surpassed all those guys. He could have surpassed Don King and all of them if he had these three dudes. And my whole thing is, told dog, I want the best for all three of those dudes. I want these three dudes to go ahead and dominate the sport because that's what I was looking for. I'm pretty sure some other people was thinking that too. They were just afraid to say it. But can you imagine if they all would have been under that management, right? Floyd didn't need nothing else. He ain't need no extra. He could have really freaked these three dudes out, man.
Hmm.
And then at the end, let them do them. Let them grab everything, and then the match that makes sense because you won't have to worry about waiting. Then you get two of those three to bang it out for the biggest fucking money, and maybe the third one might get a piece of it. But he could have dominated. None of these dudes would have been crying about money and none of that shit. He had in his fucking hand. I wish I would have had all three of them up under there. Bill, you wouldn't have went
Yeah.
off on your own that fast. I would have said, yo, rock out with me for 2 years. Learn some of this shit. I'll make a deal with you. I'll be your promoter for 2 years, and after that, then you're gonna be on your own. You might need to learn something else. I would have did that. I think but I like what they did because they said, fuck it, I'm gonna do for self. I do respect them for that. But sometimes you gotta do for yourself with a little bit of help sometimes. With a little bit of help. You know what I mean? And that's how a lot of people wind up that did do for self, but they wind up with a little help. You see what I'm saying? So it's an awesome thing, but I want the best for the kid. I just against the coward act and stuff and all that. Be a man. Because if my son's moving like sissies, I'm on their ass. Shit, my daughter's a female. She moved too much like a damn sissy. Now you being too much of a damn female. Come on. That's just me. You know what I mean? But yeah, but getting back, how good was Errol? He was elite. It's not elite anymore. We don't even know we can place him at A, B, or C. No, I'm gonna be damn straight. He's C right now. He then went from elite fighter down to a C level fighter. Crush, you tripping. Well, watch me tripping, don't lose my balance, baby. I know what I'm talking about. Now, when he returns to the ring, we gonna see. Because if anybody else, if when they got into big fights and got beat up real bad and they level went down, hey, that applies to everybody, man. And especially when, you know, you can't say, well, or they're getting knocked down to an A because he got beat by elite fighter. No, he got more than beat by elite fighter. That was a one-sided ass whip. It looked like he wasn't supposed to be in the ring with him. Oh, that drops you down a couple goddamn levels. So he's at scratch, and he's at a very dangerous scratch board because it's like you got a little bully in the house, right? And you know what he does around the house, but you say, I really want to see what my bully is made of. So you know a couple of people that got bullies, and you know they used to that. Say, let me just go scratching him. Let me get him scratched and see where he at. But when you take him to, they used to scratch him. And then you put him in there, you gonna find out if he gained or if he got skill or what after that. And that's where Errol Spence is at. We could talk about what his skill level was. But is his skill level still the same? No, it's not. It's a total absence. So until we see him perform, then we can say, okay, all right, so he didn't go down as far to a C. He might be a B, but right now he's at a C class level because he got stomped out. did not look competitive. He looked like a man who wasn't afraid to take the smoke. And we see a lot of fighters get in there because they come to get that check or whatever. And that's what my man looked like that night. So you ain't as good as your last fight. So he was an elite level fighter. Right now, it's questionable if he's A or B. So I'm gonna put him at a C until I see if he's B or A. I don't think he will get back to the elite level, honestly.
Damn, that's deep. Because I kind of feel the same way. But I'm going to try to be positive and hope that they can figure out a different like solution. I don't think what they're moving, that's him. You got to stop him from him. Sometimes you got to protect fighters from themselves. I'm not saying that Earl is, can't rumble no more. I'm just saying he need to go get in the ring with somebody that's going to push him a little bit, but let him knock them cobwebs off. Like, you got to have a high sparring match, a paid sparring match, whatever you want to call it. But I feel like he needs, I don't do tune-ups. Yeah, not doing that's going to get you smoked getting in there with one of them big giant boy. That boy is big. That guy's 6'6", man. I mean, can he still? Do you got enough cobwebs knocked off where you can get on the inside? Because you ain't gonna win on the outside, But I won't.
No did it. I said no did it. I say no did it. No did it.
We got to thank Pastor BBO for the drop, but like I was saying, we don't know what Earl's going to look like because we haven't seen him in a while. And like OG Crusher said, the last time we seen him, he got stomped out. So I want to see him get in there with somebody that's going to push him a little bit, but he can just get the kinks out and then jump in there with Fundora. You don't even have a date yet, and I'm glad that WBO ain't sanctioning the fight. I want to see him knock the kinks out first, bro. Y'all don't think he need to take call it what it is, a tune-up. You don't think he needs to take a
Yeah,
tune-up fight and then come back and try to fight that man to see where you at, bro? Because you might go in there and get beat worse than Crawford.
yeah. I said that earlier, probably before you popped up, that I don't think because I wasn't sure. I didn't know that he was trying to fight for both of those belts. But I know
Yes, baby.
WBO is not sanctioning, but he's going to fight Fundora for the WBC. But here's the thing: Errol Spence do not deserve to have all his time off and then come back and fight for a belt. And the reason why he doesn't, because he's been very inactive. Now, if you active, regardless if you active, that's something different. But I think don't get it twisted. Just like anybody else stock dropped, his stock dropped too. Let's talk about that. See, I'm the one to talk to about these things. It ain't nobody else. I'm one of the very few.
You think his
His
stock
stock,
dropped?
of course it did, BBO. If anybody else stock dropped because they got stomped the hell out, so did his. Just like his level, we got to put him at a C level. He's back at the beginning because we know we expect him to look. We expect him to get his ass whipped. Even though some of us
Yeah.
saying we want him to win, but we expect him to get his ass whipped. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to talk about this sport and represent speaking on this sport the correct way. And that's to be straight up and down all the way around the board, no matter who it is. And see, that's what I do best. And it's the truth, man. So we can't say that. That's why the title is how good was Errol Spence, not how good is Errol Spence, because we don't know how good is Errol Spence.
Not no more. We don't know. We have to see.
Yeah, we don't know now. That's why the title is past participle, because
Yeah.
the past Errol Spence, we don't know. And the evidence to show us what the near future Errol Spence is looking like is going to be somewhat, like I said, at a C damn level. He
Yeah,
looked
that's
good on
unfortunate.
the plane. He looked good, okay. Everybody looked good. Most guys look good when they get themselves back in shape and stuff like that. I get it, some look trash, but most of these guys look good, but they still gotta perform. Everybody got a plan and worked on a plan until they get punched in the face. Mike Tyson. We don't know if Errol got any punch resistance left. Shit, we talking about Furries and Wilder's punch resistance. We got to talk about Errol's. Yes, these tough but men, we all breakable in some sort of way. We all are, you know, and that's the big question. Is his resistance, period, nothing else. Nothing else, because
Yeah.
he got punked on by a puncher
Yeah.
with perfect punch placement and relentless. Man did not miss a goddamn. I don't even know if Terrence Crawford missed any more than 6 punches each goddamn round.
And I
It was
think that had
so.
something to do with I think that had something to do with Earl sitting out the ring so long. Everybody grinded Terrence Crawford up when he went and took that Abbott sneezing fight. He knew what he was doing. He set Earl up, bro. He said, I'm gonna take me a fight. That man been sitting out the ring all this long. Yeah, all right. Huh. Let me go get me a fight in. And that's what he did. I don't care if he made $10 million or whatever, which else. I don't care about that. All I care about is that man had got another fight in and and I thought that played a part in that destruction that we saw. He sat out the ring. How long did Earl sit out the ring when he fought Bud?
Shit, almost 2 years. Damn
And
near,
now then
like
you
a
jump in
year.
there. Then you can't make the weight. We all know you can't make the weight, and then you went and made the weight anyway. You probably tortured your body to do it, and then you got in there and got exposed for sitting out too long, being inactive, and Bud Crawford was active. If you go look at when he fought Errol Spence and then go back to the Abyssinian fight. How long was that of a turnaround? Not much as Earl, so Earl got to stop that, bro. That sitting out the ring that's the boxer's worst thing. That's worse than them drinking and smoking.
Yes, it is. And then all the things he was doing in between, the partying, the drinking, he had to, fight with that stuff and everything else. That plays a major part. And definitely when you um is recovering. And he never really fully recovered people because it was always something else or even multiple things wrong with Errol at one time. And too much on the body. So we don't know what his punch resistance is going to be like, man. Had to get him punched on like that, and then you wasn't even 100%, but your heart was 100%, your courage was 100%. But far as him, far as everything else, it wasn't 100%. Not even his mindset. Just his courage was 100%, but everything else was not. No matter what the situations were, some of those things was not his fault. Some of those things was his damn fault. We know Earl was out there chucking the job and then effing up. He even admitted it himself. But we can see it, smoking, Cheech Chonging and Snoop Dogging it and all that shit and stuff like that. You can't do that when you're trying to get yourself back into the sport. So when you're doing that just as much as the everyday person who don't have to be in that type of, they not in that profession to where they gotta have their body right always to compete, then you're gonna start feeling and looking like the average person when you get in that damn ring. And it did not look like two elite fighters that goddamn night. That's facts.
I agree with Michael Gardner. I think that would be a good fight. Lubin. He been kind of inactive too. So, you know, I think he should jump in there with another top junior welterweight, man, instead of a super middleweight or super welterweight or whatever. But I don't think he should do that though. Crush, man. I think that's crazy work, man. I respect him for it, but that's you gotta play smart with your career. This is your career. This is your body. This is your health.
Right. That's true, and I agree with you wholeheartedly, Prize. He dropped out, but I agree with Prize very hardly, and this was a good topic that brother BVO came up with, and we're talking about it because how good was he? Now, how good is he, people? We don't know, and we must be honest with him. Got to start from scratch. Guys, starting from the beginning, sea level, until we see where he's at. But it's a dangerous fight. I even said that a prize backstage. Be right back. Okay. Say be right back. Um, but yeah, that's what it is, and I'm hoping he can be. Well, I know he's not going to be the Errol Spence he once was. Bud took everything out of that man. Everything that was left in Errol Spence, I don't think a quarter of that is going to be there. We really had to look at the deepest end of the situation, and to be anxious and want to get to a moment and have a moment to where you want to fight for freaking legacy, but you have so many things in between happen, and then come that night where you should be the best version of you, you simply are not. Doesn't have anything to do with your damn opponent, because they ain't supposed to take it light on it. So, people, how y'all feel about that? This is what it really is with Errol Spence. If there's anybody else in this situation, saying the same thing. So I'm wishing the best for him. I don't want him to lose. I want him to win, but I don't even want this man to be in the sport too damn long, people. But I'm not going to rule out there's a possibility that we can see some freak by nature stuff. I'm always uh expecting the unexpected. So anything can happen. But based off everything that we took note of leading up to this conversation now, far as reality wise, it don't look too good. But far as your faith in the fight and everything else, that's different. You know what you want for him. But what we want for him and what we want him to be, guess what? That don't even matter. Him getting in the ring and showing us where he's at, that's the only thing that's going to matter. What else you got, BBO?
I'll ask you this, man. Speaking of that, with the new division going on, how do you think these new promoters are affecting boxing? Because I think Turkey's business model isn't sustainable. What you think about that? I never got your opinion on that.
To me, they all effing up right now. I've been hearing about that. Everybody talking about the promoters and stuff, but they ain't really impressed me. They ain't really impressing me. The only thing I'm worried about is the damn fighters. I don't care who's putting it on, the zone, the ozone layer. I don't care. PBC, ABC, XYZ, the zone, whatever. Matchroom, Queensberry, Blueberry, Raspberry. I don't care about none of that. The only thing I care is about the matchups. And whatever those promoters is putting these fights on, that's what I'm going to watch. You don't never hear me talk about PBC. Y'all don't certain things y'all don't hear me talk about in the sport of boxing because that shit don't matter to me. Why should it matter? F the network. I mean, as long as you broadcasting, I don't care. As long as you ain't putting up no garbage, I don't care. Okay, it's two fighters that I want to see fight each other. I don't care who's putting it up. I don't care. I don't care who's better. I don't care about Bob. I don't care about Al. I don't care about them. The only thing I care is these dudes give me some fights I want to see, and that's it. Who's the best out of them? I don't give a fuck. Excuse my language. I don't care. I care about the sport, watching it. I don't get into the business part of it because it's too damn janky. And I don't like to argue about the business part because just like the other parts, y'all don't keep it real. And I know enough to talk about the business part. Yeah, I read stuff and all that, but I don't talk about a lot of stuff. Don't, because it doesn't concern me. And I don't think it's a good conversation for me to have. Maybe someone else can do that. But I do what I
I,
do. So it's just topics I don't touch.
I'll tell you this: it's just sad because when you watch boxing, I feel like some of the best guys don't get an opportunity. And like you talk about accolades, some guys just never get opportunity at accolades. So I'm
Yeah,
definitely, I'm definitely at the point now where I feel like we got to be more honest about what we're seeing. Um, and I just think that what we're seeing is really a deterioration of the sport. The sport is in a bad place, but we as fans, we kind of helping it go along. But every fight is a freaking going out of business sale. Only people that's being consistent is the zone. So shout out to the zone, shout out to ESPN. I know we give Al Heyman a lot of flack sometimes, but dog, it's because we spend it. You can't be broke and be a boxing fan. I'm gonna just say that right now, Crush. You cannot be broke and be a boxing fan. So let's be honest, we all spend a lot of money on boxing. We don't notice it because we enjoy it. But if you go out to your regular sports bar, you don't hear much boxing talk. You hear football, everything but everything. And when you talk about boxing, what's their favorite thing to say? Oh, I like Mike Tyson. Or you can be somebody older. Oh, I used to love Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali. So it's just like the whole deterioration of my favorite sport really kind of makes me sad a little bit, to be honest with you, Crush. So I'm just hoping, like my man Mike Garner just said it best. I hope that going forward they can work together, because only person getting screwed is the fans, and it's just like masturbation, man. Masturbation is the same as what is it? What is that? Dang, I don't know what's going on with me. I'm up here, so I'm feeling like Floyd Mayweather Senior right now. I can't remember nothing, but I'll just say that, man. We gotta really hold these guys to the fire because we want to see some good fights. We got people like Boots Ennis turning down Tiafimo fights. You got Devin Haney turning down Tiafimo fights. And we had a guy who was Devin Haney supporter, and he was about to blow a gasket because Devin Haney didn't want to fight Tio for less money. What does that got to do with you, dog? I want to see the fights. I don't care who make what. We not getting a dime. So that's just my whole thing about it, Crush.
yeah. I was going back looking at some of the things he was saying in the chat. Oh well, Zach B, we made you depressed this morning, bro. It wasn't intentionally, bro, but these are the subjects we come up with, and we talk about them. We try to talk about things that everybody else is not talking about. Even if we're talking about the same fighter, we try to bring a different topic because it's more than one topic about these fighters. So we just try to bring something different, facts, um, entertainment and entertainment all in one. So this is what we do, and we damn good at it. No matter if you like it or not, it doesn't matter, baby. Shout out to RayConGlobal.com. Y'all make sure y'all go to the website and check them out. I need to go check them out. I'm gonna treat myself to something. But yeah, so we gotta see. In all honesty, man, we gotta wait and see. Just like the other few fighters. I just want Dev to go in the cut and keep his business off the internet. If he's in the lab, I don't have nobody leaking no damn videos. Let's stay in that goddamn lab. And when y'all ready to come out, you come out and show me what you got. But I gotta put you in the same place as Errol, but you're not as bad. You nothing bad like Errol. Um, but we got to see what you guys are working with because y'all took punishment. You see what I'm saying? Leave the other ish out of it. That's not what I'm talking about. Taking an ass whipping is taking an ass whipping, and that's the reason why y'all keep bringing that nonsense up, but y'all don't need to. So stop talking about that situation because the man still got his okay. So if he still got his wild cry about it, y'all getting on my nerves with that. Stop. But I understand why they can't stop BBO because the reality is that the boy still got his ass beat. But still, he still didn't lose his own. But it hurts y'all so bad. But get over it. Be on the next chapter for this man. You see what I'm saying? You truly a fan of him. Leave that situation alone. I'm trying to tell you, Devin Haney fans, something. All right. Leave that situation alone and move on to the next thing about him. Leave that Ryan ish alone. And I don't care if y'all hate Ryan. Stop talking about him. Why y'all somebody y'all hate? It don't make sense. I hope y'all learning something this morning.
What's that
Not
song? Why
Tom,
are
but
you so obsessed with me? They sound like they're obsessed with Ryan.
if you hate a fighter so much, you're not gonna talk about it. That's gonna make me think you got an obsession of admiration. Yeah, and you playing reverse psychology. You ain't saying nothing. Stick to oh, you still. I'm from the old school, baby. What's up, Shelton?
So how good was it? What did y'all come up with? What was y'all's answers? How good was the dude?
You know, man. You know,
I would.
Shelton.
Go ahead.
So Shelton, this we want you to do. So the
Okay.
title is how good was Errol Spence? So that's what we've been building on it, and of course it's been a great build. So that's what we're talking about. So we want you to take the floor right now, and you
Uh-huh.
let us know how good Errol Spence was, and then once you done doing that part of how good what he was, then you could talk about where he is now. All right, you got it. So the floor is yours, Sheldon. Go ahead, cook.
Well, Errol was a good fighter. I mean, he looked great. World beating. He was a monster against the guys that put him in there with. But if you really look at it, Errol was a big what's the word I'm looking for? He was a beneficiary of some great matchmaking. Because over and over again, if you look at Errol's career, they put him in with the same guy. The guy that's gonna stand right there in front of him. So he ain't gotta move much. It's not gonna give him too much resistance. And the times they did put him in there with somebody who could actually give him some resistance, Porter, Crawford, you guys saw what happened. So, I think Errol was a decent fighter. He was good, for what he was good for. But elite, top level, Hall of Fame type guy, no. He did some great things, what he had. To me, him and Wilder's the same guy. Creative matchmaking made him look a lot better than what he was. Where he is now, well, as you guys saw, no sanctioning body will sanction him because he's been out of the ring for over 500 days. So I think he needs to go ahead and just count his money, live out the rest of his life. You know what I'm saying? Because he don't want to fight. No regular dudes. He wants to fight for titles, and nobody's gonna sanction you because you've been out of the ring too long. So you in limbo. You can either retire or take some lesser fights, and I don't think his ego will allow that. So I think he should retire.
Cool.
That's a great point.
Great point, Mr. Shelton. Great point. Now, well, he answered both questions in one. Basically, if y'all was paying attention to his cook, which was a good cook, Mr. Shelton. And I think, and I would say some things that you missed. And the thing is, what I was saying, where he is now, he's at sea level. And the reason why I say that because he got in the ring with another elite level. He was elite level. He got in there with another elite level fighter, and he did not look like he was elite at all. And you don't get knocked down just a notch after a performance in a defeat like that. Because if that applies to anybody else, then it applies to Errol too. And we know what Terrence Crawford done to Errol Spence. We know Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder took the very last best out of each other. And what was left of Errol Spence, after everything he took himself through and went through, you think Crawford didn't beat that shit out of him? You out of your mind. So forget all the optimistic stuff and all that. He was that at one time. Is he that now? F to the no. Like Grand Puba said, F-U-C-K spelled backwards, spelled cuff. And he's cuffed up, people. He's cuffed up. And we won't know until you get back in the ring. Nobody gets to pass you only good as your last performance. And the man ain't been looking good. He's been looking healthy, but he ain't been looking good. So forget all that nonsense. if you're a true Errol Spence fan, you would be speaking the same way that I'm speaking. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to be real about it. And I think he is done. And just like brother BBO said, he got Fundora beating him to death. We don't know. He should have came back in. I think Lubin would have been a perfect first fight back into the ring. But to go up against the blind fairy who likes to fight on the inside because he has to, and people he freaking good at it too. That long arm dude is good at fighting on the inside, man. I have to give him that. You know, because he where his eye vision is weak in one point in distance is better closer. So, you know, just imagine if his eyes wasn't bad, he'd be able to keep a lot of guys out there and out there in the range. But Fundora is a guy who has to fight on the inside because it's better for his eyesight. And he's good at it, I must say. I'm not going to deny that. So I don't know. Y'all seen what Bud was doing to Errol on the inside. We know that that's one of that's where Errol was really good at on the inside. And Bud, forget all the other the middle range and long range. He did him all over the joint. But we talk about on the inside because at one point there wasn't no more distance because he stayed on top of his ass like a bee's on honey. God damn. So people, we must be honest, and for the sport of boxing, for the rookie heirs who's trying to, you know, become a part of the other sport, you know, we have to let these people know these things the right way, in the logical way, and that's what it is on Errol Spence. So the verdict is out. He's inconclusive until he gets back into the ring. What he was, he ain't now. Get over it.
Hey, brother, show. Let me ask you this, Grandpa. Let me ask you this. Would you say he's as good as Iran Barkley?
At one time, you could have put him there, but the problem for me with Errol was always this: they want to rank him next to these guys like the Currys and the Leonards and the Barkleys. You can't rank him next to those guys, the Hearns, because he didn't fight the level of competition those guys fought.
That is true.
He never fought those type of guys. He never fought. The only time he fought anybody who was giving any resistance was motherfucking Sean Porter
Crawford
and Terrence Crawford. That was it.
Yep.
That was it.
Yeah.
You know
what's funny? That makes sense too, because when he in those fights, those are fights that he struggled the most in. And what about Kell Brook? I thought Kell Brook was kicking his ass.
No, Kell Brook was a good fight. Kell Brook was we can't take that away now. Kell Brook, that was a tough fight. That was a good fight. It was a great performance. That was a great performance. Kell Brook was a piece of work. Kell Brook was a monster, and he beat Kell Brook. So you got to give him that.
Yeah, Kell Brook was nice, man. He was nice, and then he fell off. Kell Brook was nice. He really was nice. A lot of guys ducked him at 147. Keep Thurman. A lot of people ducked him at 147. Keep Thurman, Danny Garcia.
But see, hold on, Crush. Now looking back, you know, being a Monday morning quarterback, hindsight is 2020, right? Mm-hmm. Did Keith Thurman duck him, or did they keep him away from Keith Thurman? Because what can Keith Thurman do better than most guys he fought?
Jab.
He can move. Keith Thurman's a mover.
And his foot movement. Yep. It's jab and his foot movement.
They didn't want to put Errol in there with people who could move. Because they put him in there with Sean Porter who could move. They saw what happened. Like, oh no, we can't do this here.
So, oh no.
You know what? That was a great point. But you know what? I'm going to say it's a combination of both. What I said and what you said, because I do agree with you too. And I think what I said is agreement. Mm-hmm. I think it's a combination of both, man. Yeah. I think it's a combination of both. But if we have to give one a little more, I will go with they kept him away.
Yeah, and you know, popularity doesn't win fights. I'll tell you that. That's one thing I learned. Everybody loved Errol, but man, Terrence, I'm gonna be honest, Terrence took it easy on him. People don't realize Terrence took it easy on him.
You gotta see the thing with Terrence was this, and Crush was saying this, me and Crush was saying this way before. When you've been in there, when you started at 35 and you worked your way up from 35 to 40 and from 40 to 47, that means you fought a whole lot of styles. You fought every damn near style that's out there. You fought tall guys, short guys, fast guys, big punching guys, guys who could move, guys who was bullish. You fought all kind of guys. So his level of experience and knowing what to do in different situations was way above Errol's. Plus, one of Terrence's biggest attributes is adjusting on the fly to what you do. He can make adjustments. And that's what I was telling people before the fight. You're telling me Errol can make all these adjustments. How can Errol make all these adjustments when he's never had to make one? He only fights one way. You just seen Terrence fight going forward, going backward, moving laterally, knocking dudes out, going backwards, knocking dudes out, coming forward. You seen Terrence do all kind of shit. Box, punch. You ain't seen Errol do one thing.
You just seen Terrence Crawford start off fights, sometimes leading with the jab, and then you seen him start off leading with the fucking hook.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, but yes, he fought every style it is to face in boxing. So a lot of people wasn't paying attention to that, and that played a big part, man. And wow. I even think, like I said, honestly, even if Errol was 100%, man, I think Terrence would have still whooped on his ass. That was different.
Smoked him. He was a better fighter.
Yeah, he's better.
A better fighter.
Yeah, he definitely is. I always thought he was the better skilled boxer. But like I said, you already know, because we cooked on it plenty of times. I just needed to find out who was the best out of those two. I took Errol. I was wrong, but I ain't mad because he lost to one of my favorite fighters, and he lost to an elite fighter. What the fuck I'm gonna be mad about? I lost some money, but what I'm gonna be mad about? That shit ain't about nothing. I mean, I fought for both of those dudes. They my guys, and I never even thought about those dudes fighting each other, especially. But then I'm like, damn, I really don't want to see this fight. But fuck, they gonna rumble though. Shit, it happened, That's what happened. So there it is. But people, the verdict is out on EJ, man, and he's half dead. Okay, he's a dead man walking. In that ring, man. So I know he's going to try to be the best version of himself that he can be. Don't know how successful he's going to be in that, but we already know Fundora is not coming to play with Errol Spence Jr., and rightfully he should be that way. So I can't wait to see this fight. We already know where Fundora is at, what he can do.
Oh, you didn't hear me. You didn't hear what I said. You didn't hear what I said. The fight's probably off, bro.
Oh yeah. I didn't hear you,
none of them sanctioning bodies will sanction it as a championship fight because Errol been out of the ring for too long.
So I thought the WBC was. That's the last thing I heard. So they decided to do the same thing.
No.
Okay, cool.
You've been out of the ring for over 500 days. You got to fight somebody else first.
So if he don't want no tune up, then tune out of boxing and retire, EJ.
Tune out?
Yeah, I said it, people.
Tune out.
EJ, get over your ego, dog.
They don't want you going in there. They don't want to be responsible for you going in there and getting killed. You've been out of the ring for over 2 years, almost 2 years, bro. You've been out of the ring since July 29th of 2023. This is damn near 2025. We're not sanctioning that shit. We're not doing that.
Hey, and I say this. Now, Devin Haney, who's never went through this shit that Errol Spence went through. If he somewhere got to start from goddamn scratch, you damn sure before him, Errol Spence fans, listen, gotta keep it real. If you're not gonna keep it real, you're bad for boxing talk. You know what I mean? Gotta keep it real and keep it an even plan, and that's what I do. Sometimes some people gonna like it, sometimes they're gonna hate it, but I'm doing the sport by the right thing. I mean, we trying to push this sport back up into the major market league,
I got one question. I got one question, Chris, before we get out of here, because we've been going on almost 2 hours. Who wins that fight? Prime Keith Thurman versus Prime Terrence Crawford at 147. Who wins that fight?
I got Terrence Crawford.
You too, Sheldon.
Crawford.
Y'all say it's so easy. Like y'all remember Keith
Yeah,
Thurman?
because
Crawford.
listen, real quick, DBO. Listen, a Keefy Pooh was that boy at one time. Keefy DeBarge was that dude at one time. I liked him. He was at one time he was the guy to beat. But it was always Terrence Crawford a weight class down, and my folks brought that to my attention. My folks said, yo, I think Terrence Crawford probably be the one that beat Keith Thurman if he was up at 147. And I said, huh? He said, yo, think about it. So me and my uncle sat there. I was thinking about it when he threw on a fight, and he threw on Crawford versus who was it at 140 that when he beat up on Ndonga. And then he was like, just look at his style, look at Keith Thurman. He said, yo, Keith is good, but Terrence Crawford is more naturally skilled. And he said he got more dog in him. And I'm like, yeah, he's a hyena. So, yeah, from that point on, I said, yo, if they ever fight, I got Terrence Crawford beat me. And this was before, this is around the time right before Keith got into the fights with Sean Porter and Danny Garcia, which boxing, I give you 2 fingers up because both of those fights were supposed to be rematches. The hell, y'all messed up a couple of trilogies for real, and then gonna try to, man, don't get me started. We're about to get out of here. I got some more cook all week long. Oh yeah. I'm on the boxing.
Terrence was always the better fighter. Terrence was meaner. Terrence is longer. Terrence is a better boxer. I mean, Keith Thurman didn't have the advantage in nothing. He didn't have the advantage nowhere.
Too doggish for him, man. Too doggish. And he got a nice ass beard.
Are you saying because of the long arms with Terrence, or?
Yes, the reach, and the attitude, and the demeanor, and the IQ.
74 inches. Keith was what, 71?
He's 74 inches at 5'8". God damn.
Yeah. But
that's like Floyd. So that's why he looked like Floyd sometimes. Okay.
Yeah,
I got you.
They just for an average height,
I said that before. I'm finna get out of here, but I said that before. At 135, I don't think anybody beats Floyd. But at 147, I think Terrence Crawford knocks Floyd out.
I don't know. Beating?
Yeah.
But stopping? Floyd got a hell of a beard, Chief. Floyd got one of the best beards I've seen in that sport. Ain't no stopping you stopping, Shelton. That man got a hell of a goddamn beard, my man. Now Crawford had some goddamn listen to what I'm about to say. Now Crawford can crack. We talking about Floyd who got a fucking chin, dude. I don't care how you feel about it. He got a chin. He got crack. Now Crawford had a little more shit on him. Now Crawford had some old Julian Hart Jackson type of shit on him. Then we talking a different story. G-Man McKellen type of punching power. We talking a different story. He probably needed to go more in his punching power.
I think he knocked Floyd out with the accumulation because of the reach. Floyd will never be able to get to him.
Shit. We talking about one of probably the best IQs in boxing, bro. Are you serious?
Yeah. I'm serious.
I love Bud. I love Bud's IQ, but it ain't fucking with Floyd's.
I would take Floyd at 35. I don't think anybody beats that Floyd. That version of Floyd was a monster. I would take Floyd at 35, but at 147, I would take Crawford.
Okay, so maybe because he was injured, he was super injured at I could see
47.
Yeah, I could see what you're saying. He was real injured at 47.
You know what? I see what you're saying, Shelton. The pretty boy version, ain't nobody beating me. I get what you're saying. But I got him beating him, but I don't got him stopping him at 47. But I get Bud beating him, though. I get Bud beating him up. I see Bud putting a Miguel Cotto performance on it, but being more successful. You understand what I'm saying? But stopping him, maybe technically, that is possible. Definitely possible, but I definitely got him beating him. I see Crawford doing to Floyd at 147. But what was that fight? I'm gonna give you a perfect one from back in the day. Let's say when
Damn, that's a
Terry
good point.
Norris when Terry Norris fought not Simon Brown, when he fought Marlon Starling, it'd be like that. And we know what Marlon Starling did to Terry Norris, who was a complete animal at that time. And Marlon Starling came with some ish, boy, was on his ass, man. And that's what that fight would be like. He was all on Terry Norris' ass. Like he was on Terry Norris' ass so fast, like he started carrying Terry Norris. He's like, no, I don't want you to go out. I want you to stay out. I'm gonna beat your ass until my muscles get tired. And he was beating him at
he whooped
everything
on.
in the ring, bro.
Yeah,
Definitely,
yeah, he whooped on. He
definitely.
whooped on Norris. He
Yeah,
whooped on
yeah,
Norris. He
hell
did.
yeah. Yeah, hell yeah.
That's what put him on. That's the fight that put him on the map. Actually, when he whooped on Norris. Like,
Yep. That's what put Marlon Starling on the map, man. Yeah, man. Y'all better go back and watch and watch some old boxing, you new school
I
rabbits.
always,
Y'all
I
get on.
always hated Marlon Starling's style. I always hated his style, man. That was just me. I hated his style, bro.
why? Because he was so
Hey,
long for a welterweight.
Yeah, it looked like, you ever see that Street Fighter game? He used to be like that African
Yeah,
nigga, man. He'd be across
Rock
the
Slim.
ring, boom.
He's down Slim.
I used to hate watching Marlon Starling fight, man. I used to watch all his fights when I first started, doing us a story and stuff. I'm like, this nigga on the other side of the ring punching you from the other side of the ring. Yeah, Marlon was a
you
bad
know who
boy.
was the best? You know who was the best out of all of them? Though, if he would have been on cocaine so tough, was fucking Donald
Look,
Curry. Donald Curry was a bad boy.
I
Donald
was
Curry
about to
was
Oh
a
say
yeah.
bad boy.
Donald Curry, man. I was about to speak on Donald Curry. Yo, Don Curry was a beast, baby.
Well,
Yo,
him and
he
Empire both,
was
man, didn't do good because of
oh,
that cocaine, bro.
Donald
I didn't say
Curry was
that.
he was a geometric problem, dog.
He's big
He
like
was a
Shakur. He's
geometric
5'10", had 73-inch reach. He was just a big, tall, long welterweight.
and a punch your
Hard to deal
lights
with.
out,
And he could
dog.
box. And he had
Yeah.
power in that right hand. But he loved that pipe too
Oh
much.
yeah. Yup. Well, Donald Curry was nice, man. I used to love seeing Donald Curry. I remember when him and Beast McGomby got that shit, and oh goodness, man. Yeah, boy,
He gave
Donald
Mugabe
Curry.
hell there for a minute.
Yeah, exactly. Donald Curry was a damn problem, man. We almost at the 2 hour mark, so we're get right out of here at the 2 hour mark. Get these
Yeah,
hours up, man.
we rocking.
Damn, we rocking, man. And salute to the co-host, my man,
But
Mr.
look,
Shelton.
I'm finna take these motherfucking wolves outside so they can do their thing, man. But it's always good talking to y'all.
Yeah, we
Hey,
talk to you soon, Shelton, man.
talk
Have
to
a
you
good
soon,
holiday
Grandpa.
weekend.
And
Merry
remember, man,
Christmas,
Fury
man.
need to go ahead. Thank you, brother. And Fury need to go ahead and just hang it up, man. It's a wrap for you. Either fight AJ
Yeah.
or hang it up.
We need to hang it up. Yeah. He
I was
definitely
glad
need
to
to
see him
retire.
lose, man. Even though I picked him, I was glad to see him lose.
Yeah, because I ain't
Well,
want no trilogy,
it's
man.
just, yeah, it's just that there's nothing left for you to do. You've done everything. There's nothing left for you to do. You can't beat the guy. We've established that. So. Just go and fight AJ, take your bag, and walk off. That's it. All right, fellas.
All right,
All
man.
right, peace out, yeah. Yeah, man.
Hey,
Great.
he brought up a good one. Donald Curry, man.
Yeah, Donald Curry was bad. I was about to
Hey,
say Donald Curry, man. So he was thinking what I was thinking.
we got. You know what, man? I definitely want to. You know what I'm gonna ask you to do on Monday, man. I want you to cook on two things, man. I really
What's that?
want you to cook on LL Cool J and Cool G Rap, who had the bigger influence. I'll definitely want you to cook on that because I was talking to somebody about it,
Ooh.
but I think Cool G Rap has more
I knew
influence
you
than
was
LL.
I knew you was going to say that, BBO. And people, I'm not going to tell you the reason why he said that. Y'all come in Monday for coffee and donuts from going up, and y'all gonna find out who's the most influential, and it's going to surprise some of y'all. I'm talking too much, so yeah, we're going to talk about that. We appreciate everybody coming through. We gonna be rolling this goddamn. We rolling 7 days a week, man. So just look out for us. And also before we go, shout out to our sponsor, RayconGlobal.com. Go over to the website and look at some goods, man, and buy some nice things and everything. Some extra things they have for the holidays and after the holidays, because holidays we do holiday shopping and we do after holiday shopping. I'm damn sure I'm gonna do some after holiday shopping because I did enough holiday shopping, but it never stops. Holiday season. Over the
And I'm gonna say something
Raycon.
controversial before we leave, man. Jesus wasn't born on Christmas on December 25th either. So all y'all
Ain't
people
damn
who
sure wasn't. He damn sure wasn't. And then if anybody want to go to school on that, just let us know. We can cook on that too. We can cook on anything besides this great sport of boxing. Anything you want to cook on, or we'll come up with different stuff, music, history, whatever y'all want. We are very post-fest in all topics of life, and you can always depend on us for a great cook. We appreciate everyone coming through this Sunday morning. I'm gonna get up one out the way. It's football Sunday. Some people still doing some holiday stuff, decorating, going out, this, that, and that. But y'all enjoy y'all Sunday, man. If I don't talk to y'all throughout the day, I definitely, hopefully, to see y'all between 6 and 6:30 a.m. Monday morning for another great wake-up alarm show with the Coffee and Donuts crew, myself, BBO, Dre, D-Free, and Prize. And we really appreciate you guys rocking out with us every time. And also, congratulations and happy belated birthday to C. Wood, because he won the raffle and it was actually his birthday too. I spoke to him last night. So salute to everybody that played the part, and a salute to the JBT, giving back to the community. That's what we need. Y'all here praising all these daggone celebrities and they don't give y'all nothing. And with that being said, we are out. We see y'all later.
Ladies and gentlemen, hailing from Cleveland, Ohio, I give you BVO.
Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BVO.